Hey everyone! Today, we're discussing how to dispose of cooking oil. Whether you've just fried up some crispy goodness or sautéed veggies, leftover oil can be tricky to deal with. But don't worry, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to handle it the right way. And yes, I'll be giving you eco-friendly tips that can even save you some cash. But first, what are the things you'll need to complete this task? For the full list and where to get them, check the description and pinned comment below. Now that you have all your tools and materials ready, let's get into it. Get rid of it! So, step 1, and this is really important. Always let the oil cool down before you think about disposing of it. Hot oil is not only dangerous to handle, but it can also damage certain containers or pipes if you're not careful. Just give it some time to reach room temperature. Pro tip: some oils, like coconut oil, will solidify when they cool down, which can make them easier to handle. Once your oil is cooled, the next step is to find a proper container. You don't want to pour it directly into your trash can because that can lead to leaks and make a big mess. A glass jar or plastic bottle with a lid works great. You can reuse an old bottle or jar. Don't go buying anything new for this. According to Green Matters, a sustainability-focused organization, reusing old containers for oil disposal is one of the most eco-friendly approaches since you're minimizing waste on both ends. And hey, who doesn't love a good recycling hack? Now you want to make sure you're doing it the right way. Here's how. Pour the oil into your sealed container, whether that's a glass jar, plastic bottle, or even an old coffee can. Seal the container tightly to prevent leaks. Place it in your regular trash, but make sure it's wrapped in a plastic bag to avoid spills. This method is recommended by environmental waste management groups because cooking oil can clog landfills and pipes if just poured out. Here's a tip that most people don't think about. You can actually reuse certain types of cooking oil. If the oil isn't too burnt or filled with debris, you can strain it through a sieve or cheesecloth to get rid of food particles. Store the clean oil in an airtight container in your fridge and use it for frying again, maybe for up to 3 times depending on the oil. This has been backed by studies from the Institute of Food Technologists, which found that reused cooking oil, when filtered, can retain much of its original properties. But if the oil is too dirty or smells rancid, don't reuse it. Move on to disposal. Here's something you might not know. You can compost small amounts of plant-based cooking oil. If you've been using something like olive oil or vegetable oil, you can mix small amounts, emphasis on small, into your compost bin. This tip comes straight from the Composting Council Research and Education Foundation, which suggests that oils like vegetable oil can provide beneficial moisture to compost piles when used in moderation. But be careful with animal fats. They can attract pests and are much harder to break down. Now, here's something a lot of people aren't aware of. Many cities and towns have cooking oil recycling programs. You can collect used oil in a designated container and drop it off at recycling centers. The oil is then refined and often turned into biodiesel, a renewable energy source. Check with your local waste management department or search online to find if there's an oil recycling program near you. It's an easy way to dispose of oil responsibly while contributing to cleaner energy. One great resource for finding recycling centers is Earth 911, which has a directory of locations across the U.S. that accept used cooking oil. Just type in your zip code and find the nearest option. What not to do? This is super important. Never pour oil down your drain. You've probably heard this before, but pouring cooking oil down the sink can clog your pipes and cause major plumbing problems. It can solidify inside the pipes and create a blockage. The Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, in the U.S. strongly advises against this because it leads to fatbergs, yes, they're really called that, and sewers, which are massive clumps of fat and oil that can cause sewer backups. Also, don't pour it directly into your yard. While it might seem like a natural solution, it can harm plants, attract pests, and even damage the soil. Final tip: cleaning up. In case you spill oil, don't panic. Just grab some baking soda and sprinkle it over the spill. Let it sit for a minute, then wipe it up with a paper towel. Baking soda helps absorb oil and reduce the risk of slipping or staining. And that's it. Now you know how to dispose of cooking oil the right way. Whether you're reusing it, composting it, or throwing it away safely, you're all set to keep your home clean and the environment a little greener. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments how you typically deal with used oil. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.